I mean, I remember my own experience with therapy. The last time I went to therapy was in undergrad. It's been some time, and
Right.
and the last therapist I went to started crying during during our therapy session, and
Wow.
I was just like, I like looked up and saw them crying, and I was just like, what? I was like just I was talking about my life, and I didn't even get to like some of the like bad parts. Like I was just like
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
just like talking about like some basic stuff, and this
yeah.
person, it made them cry. And so like I was like, well, I don't want to like see how far I can push people like just by talking about my existence. So, like if you preface people to let them know that they can talk to you and you're not going to burst into tears in front of them, and like you'll be able to like actually hear them, and actually like digest what they're saying and understand it, that
Yeah.
is very valuable for people. And once you start expressing that continuously, and your clients get to see that that is true, and you live that value, that is when you can start thinking about some of the other questions I think that you were asking me.
Yeah, it's magical when you can figure out how to support someone without like crying yourself. It is a interesting skill. Like, and it's basically you're focused on what does this person need from me right now. They don't. If I'm not in control of my own experience, and I can't really give them what they need. Um, but I have certainly surprised people with my values that just like come out, like meet with someone Hispanic, for example, and just like tell I'm speaking Spanish and a few words I know, and she's talking about like this is even uh their country either. I'm like, exactamente, yeah, like exactly. She's like surprised, like that I wasn't like saying um like about somehow this is my country and going with what she's been exposed to before. And then
So that's my point, right? Is like you don't want that. like
yeah,
like
yeah,
you
exactly.
don't
So it
you
was
don't
just
want people to
smooth.
be surprised by you being different. You want to put that in the forefront. Listen, I am different. This is how I am different, and this is how that can
Right,
benefit you in our relationship, in me supporting you, right? And just
right.
leave it at that. That's where you start, brother. It all leads back to that, okay?
In this cultural environment, it's like I can understand like someone who's speaking another language and struggling, and the rapidity of like me responding that way is what surprised her. And that was just something that was um I didn't even know that comment was even going to come up. And so I was just like, I'm just helping your daughter. And mom's there translating, like, and I understood what she said. And I'm like, oh, exactly. And she's like, that's not what I usually get. And then they want to give me gifts for advocating for their daughter and stuff like that. And yeah, and then I was like, with the daughter who speaks English, I'm talking about my values and stuff like that. So, and encouraging her to talk about like her experiences of being Hispanic and having different, experiencing discrimination basically. Um, so yeah, if there's not a language barrier, then it doesn't come as a surprise. But to mom who's like getting things translated by her daughters, and she looks up like, whoa, surprise. But yeah, with um the black clients, like I'll tell them that you can talk to me about racism and things like that, and then yeah, it'll happen. Like then they'll start telling me something like, "Oh, they said I was getting loud or something like that. I was talking just like I talked to you." You know, yeah, I just like in that role, like as a peer support specialist and caseworker, I wasn't so much concerned about reacting more emotional, I guess. In a therapy role, though, it's unless I'm more contained, I guess. Yeah. So I did have like, you might have noticed some emotional reaction. when she's telling her story on my face. Um, but yeah, and then there was another time where the client was just saying she grew up being told not to trust by her grandmother, not to trust white folks. And so then I just said, so what do you feel about working with me? Are you comfortable with that? And he said, yeah, you really listened to me. Or you heard, yeah, you listened and heard what I was saying. Okay, just checking.
So that's good. I mean, that's very validating, right? So,
Yeah, we didn't need to go into like if you wanted to go into no, I don't think of you that way or whatever, but it was just like you really listened and heard me.